Hey everyone, do you experience elbow pain, shoulder pain, or some other bodily pain when you do push-ups? If so, this video could greatly help you. When I was younger, I used to have to do a lot of push-ups for various sports, in particular rugby. We used to always have to do push-ups. And I remember often experiencing pain in my elbow, like what they call a tennis elbow, and also my shoulders. And that's often because we weren't using proper technique. So that's what I'm going to talk about here in this video. Once you learn proper technique, you shouldn't really experience pain when you do push-ups. Push-ups are an absolutely fantastic full body exercise. Alright, I really hope you enjoy this video.
If you get pain in your lower back when you're doing push-ups, that's probably because you're not keeping your back straight or your stomach muscles tight. Instead, you're letting your lower back sag, as I'm doing here. So when I'm lowering myself to the ground, my stomach hits the ground first. And that's because I'm not keeping my stomach tight and I'm not keeping my back straight. Try to focus on keeping your stomach hard, your back straight, and your legs straight. Here, what I'm doing wrong is I'm flaring my elbows out to the sides. You'll see a lot of people do push-ups this way. And for some people they can get away with this, but for most people over time this will result in elbow pain and shoulder pain. One thing you'll notice here is I'm not actually raising my body all the way up. I'm not extending my arms into full lock when I'm doing these push-ups. And that's something I'll talk about later in this video. For pain-free push-ups, do the following. Spread your hands apart, about shoulder width apart. And make sure you spread your fingers apart on the ground. You want to have good contact with the ground. Spreading your fingers apart will allow you to support your body weight better. And what's really important here is I want you to notice that I keep my biceps pointed forward. So you can turn your arms in such a way that your biceps are facing forward, as you can see here. And then when you lower yourself to the ground, try to keep your biceps facing forward and keep your elbows tucked closely to the sides of your body. And when you're lowering yourself, you don't have to lower yourself to the point where your chest touches the ground. As a kid, I thought that was necessary, but I came to learn that it places unnecessary pressure on your shoulder and it can lead to a lot of injuries. Instead, a tip that I picked up over the years is you can just lower yourself to the point where your arms form about a 90-degree angle at the elbow joint, or a little less than that, but you don't have to lower yourself too close to the ground. Notice here with these push-ups that I am locking out my arms at the top of the movement. When I'm pushing my body away from the ground, I push to the point where my arms are straight at the top of the movement. And I tend to avoid doing this. Usually, I raise my body off the ground to the point where my arms are about 1 to 2 or even 3 inches away from the full lock position, because I find that that helps to keep the stress and tension on the chest muscles. So when I'm doing push-ups, I'm often trying to focus on engaging my chest muscles as much as possible. But when you go into the full extension position, you're putting some of that stress on your shoulders. So it's okay to go into the full lock position, but I find if you really want to target the chest muscles as much as possible, don't raise your arms up all the way. Instead, raise your arms to the point where you're about 1 to 3 inches away from full extension. I learned a lot of these tips through trial and error over many years, as well as from reading books and listening to interviews with strength coaches like the Russian Pavel Tsatsouline, as well as watching videos with great fitness minds like Steve Maxwell.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video and I really hope you find it helpful. If you experience pain when you're doing push-ups, but you really enjoy doing push-ups because they're a fantastic exercise, I highly encourage you to put some of these tips into practice, and I think you'll find yourself doing pain-free push-ups. Alright, thanks for watching. Until next time.